Well, I have the great privilege of speaking as a family member, but also as a patient. The Virginia Piper Cancer Institute was always a noble cause and one that we all believed in because of Ginny and Bob. But I have a real different perspective on it now that I've been a patient there, and they saved my life. And it was a pretty big surgery. I had a double mastectomy, and it was pretty amazing to go in with the entire healing team in place, cheering me on.
It's one of the mysteries of cancer treatment is the coordination of information is really hard to connect. Having experienced a diagnosis of stage 4 cancer in February of '07, it's so common to not really dial in on what's being told. I mean, you're dealing emotionally on so many different levels.
I'm a shepherd in this process for patients.
She understands the whole process from the beginning diagnostic issues to treatment and beyond that.
We may not have the answer, but we work with a team of people, and we are all invested in, again, getting you the best answers.
I walked into this room, there were people to greet me, there was a healing coach there. I got this robe on with a tube of warm air that I could adjust myself. I was not nervous before surgery because of that.
That was important to my father, too. The notion of holistic health care.
Through, I'm sure, many dinner time conversations, when Jenny was very involved with the board, Bobby became active on the board and ultimately became chair of the board.
My mother, I would almost say, was obsessed with Abbott Northwestern Hospital. She would talk about it all the time. I would come home from school.
Virginia Piper was a person who, when you met her, you were truly in her focus.
She just had an aura of elegance about her, way back then.
She had a great sense of civic responsibility, but she got joy out of it.
I think everyone in my family would feel this way, and my grandmother, that I just feel like a steward or just a support system, because the motivation for that patient care comes from the nurses and the doctors.
Boy, would Jenny be proud to see a granddaughter carrying on with such dignity and with such intelligence and such a warmth. She'd be very thrilled. She'd be thrilled with her entire family.
Well, of course, living in this community, I would say multiple times a week, one or the other of us are approached by somebody we know, either a friend or a friend of a friend, or somebody who recognizes us and comes up and just tells us how grateful they are. See, it's almost choking me up.
How grateful they are to have VPCI there for them.
I'm so thankful that she and my grandpa put in all the work and corralled all their friends and colleagues into supporting the hospital. But I think my personal mission is always looking forward. Thank you for where we are, and look at all the fabulous things that we have in front of us.
I can say that a very difficult experience was made as wonderful as it could be and full of grace by going there.
Quiet confidence that was obviously shared with Virginia and Bobby's children, that they would go out and act upon what their mother and father created and do it in such a way that it appears seamless in the community. It's incredible to see that kind of generosity. You know that these things are being done, and they're being done with a lot of effort, but it never appears that there's a lot of heavy lifting going on. That it's just done so confidently and so quietly.